could build a whole town with this bubble wrap. Okay, I was down in the basement soldering lab and I got a knock on the door. Japanese Santa came to see me. This is a purchase I made. Well, several purchases I made. There's, I think, 3 systems in here. One of them I've been wanting for a really, really long time. Buyee is a proxy service that allows you to bid on Japanese exclusive items through Yahoo auctions, Japan, Mercari, and a few others, but mainly for game consoles, you're going to focus on the Yahoo auctions and Mercari. You don't have to deposit any money up front. You just need a verified PayPal account. You sign up, register, verify your PayPal, then you're allowed to bid on auctions. There's several fees involved. They're not terrible, but they do add up. If you win an auction, the money's deducted from your PayPal. You pay for domestic shipping in Japan, which is usually like 700 yen or $7. Roughly. Once it arrives at the Buyee warehouse, you get a notification and you can store it there for 30 days while you acquire other items. Once you're ready to ship it international back to the US, you can consolidate it, which they'll put all your multiple items into new packaging. You can add protective packaging. There's fees for all these steps, but I added consolidation and protective packaging with this because I have 3 systems in here. By default, I think the international shipping service was EMS, which it told me like $200, and I was really starting to get bummed out about it. But once you actually go to enter your shipping methods, you can pick FedEx or DHL. DHL was really expensive for some reason. FedEx, I got this big huge box shipped here internationally to the US from Japan for a little over $100, and it arrived in 2 days. So let's quit yapping and see what we got here. She's a biggin'. Packaging looks really good so far. Heavy duty bubble wrap there. Pretty impressive packaging, I must say. Alright, we got a box within a box. They don't play around with packing. Holy crap. You could build a whole town with this bubble wrap. Looks like we got a little more bubble wrap battling to do. Let's do some unwrapping. So this is the Super Grafx, which is a variant of the PC engine that I won on bid for. It was about 90 bucks, 88 I think to be exact, which is a little more than I wanted to spend on it. But after missing out on probably 5 or 6 auctions for one of these, I just started getting frustrated and I high bid. And that's what I ended up winning it for. Which is still not bad. Here in the US on eBay, you're gonna pay probably closer to 150. This is the first time I've actually ever had a PC engine, and it's pretty crazy how small they are. I had a Super Grafx as a kid. I still have it. And I not too long ago picked up a Super SD System 3. To get it to mate to a Super Grafx 16, you got to loosen all the shell screws, the casing screws, and it's a real snug fit. And I decided I'd rather just keep my Grafx original and pick up one of these core graphics. I like the color scheme on these, and it's probably the best looking system to pair with a Super SD System 3. It's definitely gonna need some cleaning. I've seen this guy quite a bit on the Japanese auction sites. They actually have a rating on the condition. Wow, it's even in English. So they must know. A lot of people get on Buyee from the US to pick up this stuff. Shows that it was tested. So that's the NEC core graphics. Now let's open package number 2. Avenue Pad 6. Been wanting to pick some of these up, and they're just so damn expensive here in the US. I won both of these for 50 bucks, which ain't bad because here in the US they're usually 50 to 75 a piece. You know, I get a good price just for having to clean them. I'm okay with that. There wasn't a lot of games that utilized 6 buttons. I think some of the later arcade card fighter games, Street Fighter 2 Championship. It's mainly what I picked these up for. PC Engine had a really good port of Street Fighter 2. Alright, this is a game I picked up. The next package I'm gonna open came with a Super CD Rom2. Which I really didn't want, but since it was included and I won the auction, I grabbed this to be able to test it. Actually a pretty decent looking game. It's a pretty decent side scroller where you're a cyborg or a mech, and it kind of reminds you of the Keith Courage Underground levels, but the whole game's like that. Got that for 10 bucks off Japan Mercari. Yeah, I would say the $10 to $15 fee for protective packaging is definitely worth it if you order multiple items. Bubble wrap inside a bubble wrap inside a bubble wrap. At first you think $15 for protective packaging is a little expensive, but there's definitely $15 worth of bubble wrap in here. I can't believe they shipped this connected like this. There it is, the holy grail of my collection. What really stands out to me and surprises me is the Super CD-ROM 2 system is way bigger than I had imagined. And then the Super Grafx system is probably half the size I imagined it. Like, I remember seeing this in magazines, and it had like cockpit controls that you could screw onto these. And so I imagined this thing almost twice the size of this. If my memory serves right, there was only 75,000 of these made. Only a handful of games. I won the bid on this at the last minute for $330. And I still wasn't sure if I won because I got a notification from being outbid from a previous bid that came after I won this item. So there for 15-20 minutes, I thought I actually lost the bid. Like I said, I didn't even want one of these. I wasn't looking for one of these, but I won it with the bid for 330 bucks. Just to pick up a Super Grafx here in the US on eBay, you're gonna pay at least 350, closer to 400. So what I will do is test this, recap it, get it in good working order, resell it and cop some of the costs for this, and I might look for another one with a box. They seem to be worth a lot more if you have the box. So the Super Grafx was NEC's answer to the Mega Drive. Had 4 times the RAM of the original PC Engine. Second video chip with its own RAM. It allowed 2 scrolling background layers like the Mega Drive did. But yeah, this has been my first Buyee experience. Overall, I'm pretty satisfied with it. I've saved probably $200-300 from buying this stuff here in the United States. The Buyee service fees and shipping fees and packing fees, they all add up. You know, quickly they can make a good deal just be mediocre, so you got to keep an eye out for that. But overall, I'm pretty satisfied. So this I ordered a month or so back. The Terra Onion Super SD System 3. So that was the reason of purchasing this. Before we connect these two together, I'm gonna hook this Core Graphics up to the CRT, make sure it works, test it out with this, get the screen of the CRT situated. I need to get into the service menu and adjust some things first. Wow, that's a huge size difference between this Triad power supply and the original. This weighs nothing. This is like a brick. All right, the Core Graphics is hooked up and working. Let me get this service manual out and adjust this TV, and then we'll be back to test it. Alright, we got the Core Graphics hooked up here. Video looks good for composite. Audio don't sound bad. It's got a little funkiness where it's dropping in and out and kind of slows down. I'm wondering if it's got a bad cap in the audio circuitry. I'm going to be replacing them all, so get this little system freshened up so I can hook up that Super SD System 3 to it. Alright, let's test out this other controller. This thing's got bent pins. Glad I didn't force it in there. All the buttons seem to work. Probably be alright once I take them apart and de-finger gunk everything, clean the contact pads. Just listening to the audio of this version of Street Fighter 2 Championship, it's really pretty amazing what this little system did. It's too bad Keith Courage was the pack-in game for this system, well, for the TurboGrafx in America, because I think it would have done a whole lot better if they would have packed in something different like Legendary Axe, and if they would have released this and the 6-button controllers, I think it would have been a different ball game. Alright, we got the Super Grafx hooked up, and I'm running it through my Turbo EverDrive. It was only 5 games released for this system, and 2 additional games that just added graphical enhancements. This game ate many of my quarters as a kid. This game's hard as hell. I played this quite a bit on emulation, but it just feels a lot more responsive playing on the actual hardware. lot easier on OG hardware than playing on emulation. Alright, that's gonna wrap up this video. Super CD Rom2 didn't come with a little jumper power cable, so I gotta do some Googling and figure out if I can just connect the original power adapter or not to test that system out. But alright, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.